Ladies and gentlemen, the Axel Award ceremony will begin momentarily. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Leslie Ford. I am a member of the Executive Steering Committee of the DuPage County AXO program, and I am also the program advisor for the Junior AXO program. Welcome to the 2020 DuPage County AXO virtual red carpet event. Today is the culmination of months of hard work and perseverance. This is an opportunity as a community for us to recognize outstanding students that have balanced school, extracurricular activities, and major shifts during this program year, which has been no small feat, and still they persisted and made it to the finish line by competing in our local competition. Each student and their family should be congratulated for their tremendous accomplishments. On behalf of the DuPage County AXO program, thank you for joining us and helping us to celebrate our 2020 AXO Olympians. At this time, I'd like to introduce my co-host for this afternoon, Dr. Shantae Williams, who's one of the co-directors of the Junior AXO program. She will share with us the background and purpose of this event.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're so excited to be here today to acknowledge and honor all of the hard work our students have done over this past year. The AXO program provides a forum through which young Black and talented youth can demonstrate academic, artistic, scientific prowess, and expertise. As we recognize our students today, keep in mind that the mission of our program is to nurture excellence and provide positive reinforcement of African American high school and middle school students. During these unprecedented times, we need to honor, encourage, and love our students now more than ever. And now I would like to take a moment to introduce Mrs. Kelly Webb, co-director of our Junior AXO program. And at this time, she will introduce to you our Junior AXO students. Thank you.
Thank you, Shantae. So it is my pleasure to present to you our 2020 Junior AXO student participants. Amala Aguncha, Chandler Brady, Jordan Archie, Kristen Archie, Chandler Brady, Colin Carnes, Samaya Clash, Brandon Davis, Adama Diallo, Sydney Ellison Muse, Javen Gray, Morgan Guthrie, Madison Monroe, Maxwell Najal, Soraya Pete, Dawu Saleko, Soraya Pete, Tyler Small, Noah Snow, Vivian Webb, Sydney Williams, and Ganu Yusuf. And now I would like to introduce to you Red Amagashi, AXO Director of Parent Participation.
Hi, everybody. It is with great pleasure that I introduce the 2020 Junior AXO High School students. Jasmine Amstead, Dana Barton, Dominic Brower, Ethan Covington, Tariq Evans, Raina Ford, Maria Lambert, Deshae Lewis, Malik McGee, Robert Morgan III, Alina Morissette, James Morissette, Rosalind Njau, Isabella Nkeme, Chulo Onwuta, Orefo Onwuta, Kyla Ratliff, Elijah Rodriguez, Zainab Salako, Evan Smith, Jacob Smith, Vincent Smith, Anila Snow, Amara Taylor, Micah Thigpen, Elani Woods, and Trey Young. And now it's time for us to hear our Negro National Anthem.
Welcome to the 2020 DuPage County AXO Awards. My name is Vivian Webb, and this is my first year participating in Junior AXO. AXO helps students learn how to research and present, as well as learn how to put together a proper PowerPoint. My favorite part of AXO is I get to meet people from different backgrounds and places. Thank you for attending today's virtual award ceremony and for your support of the DuPage County AXO program. And now back to Dr. Leslie Ford.
Ladies and gentlemen, AXO is a 7-month student enrichment program, but behind the scenes, the preparations are year-round. The DuPage County AXO Executive Steering Committee is comprised of a committed team of volunteers that work tirelessly to produce a quality program for our students. DuPage County AXO has operated for 41 years. Combined, the members of the Executive Steering Committee have over 100 years of volunteer service to the AXO program. Please join me in recognizing the members of the Executive Steering Committee. Chair of the DuPage County AXO program, Dorletta Payton. Co-chair, Thomas Reed. And ESC members, Redeemer Amagashi, Brenda Davis, Leslie Ford, Peggy Johnson, Ellen Moore, and Yvonne Taylor. We thank you individually and collectively for your dedication to nurturing our youth. Next, I'd like to introduce someone who's very dear to many of our hearts. Michael Childress is a tireless leader and champion of civil rights. As president of the DuPage County NAACP, he leads a comprehensive organizational effort to advance issues such as education, voting rights, and social justice that affect people of color. It is a pleasure to have him with us today. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Michael Childress.
Good afternoon, everyone. I want to begin by thanking the AXO Steering Committee for their tireless dedication, not only to the NAACP, but to the emerging leaders in our community. Our DuPage County AXO program, led by Dorletta Payton and Thomas Reed, continues to be the gold standard of all AXO programs in the entire country. They partner with the best businesses, the best corporations, and the best community leaders throughout the nation. I continue to be awed by the resilience of your steering committee during these most trying times. In the last few weeks, we've lived through a pandemic, which every person in America has been affected. We've witnessed police brutality at its highest form. We've seen demonstrations coast to coast, and we've actually even seen the President of the United States gas our youth. Now, some would despair, but Dorletta and Thomas see opportunity for change, and you are the change we seek. Today, we will look into the eyes of the future George Washington Carver, Carol Mae Jemison, Percy Julian, Katherine Johnson, Gladys West, or even the next Marie M. Daley. Our AXO committee remains fiercely dedicated to the development of your leadership skills. Congratulations to the award winners from the leadership of the Executive Committee of the DuPage County NAACP, and remember, our struggle continues.
Thank you, Mr. Childress. We are so grateful to have you join us, and thank you for those words of encouragement and wisdom. Since its inception in 1978, the NAACP AXO program has grown to become the largest national youth program which recognizes the academic and cultural achievements of youth of African descent. Under the leadership of Larry Brown, the AXO program is more innovative and relevant than ever. We are so pleased to have Mr. Brown joining us in our celebration today. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Larry Brown, National Director of the NAACP AXO program.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for that very kind and wonderful introduction. And thank you for the invitation to join you all for this, your very first virtual AXO Awards ceremony that's virtual. I want to bring you greetings from the National NAACP office on behalf of the AXO staff. There's just two of us. We are elated to be able to hang out with you all today and see what you have to present to your community for this, your virtual award ceremony. I am in for a treat. I know I am. I've enjoyed myself thus far. A very special shout out to everyone who's helped to put today's program together. We know that this was not an easy feat, from organizing your competitions to the award ceremony in the face of COVID-19. Thank you all so very much for the labor of love, time, and commitment that you've exemplified, ultimately within the spirit of excellence that you've exemplified during this time. I want to say a special thank you to Branch President Michael Childers, whom we just heard from, as well as all of the branch members and those members of the executive committee that support the AXO program in DuPage County. Again, you've heard their names already, but please help me send a round of applause to all of you watching on YouTube and those in the Zoom, to your AXO chair and co-chair, Dorletta Payton, as well as your co-chair, Thomas Reed. Shout out to both of you and the committee of volunteers, the core volunteers that you all that you have on your committee to support the work that you all are doing in DuPage County. Additionally, I also want to thank those volunteers who don't serve on your executive steering committee, but they volunteer time and resources and efforts to help amplify and ultimately impact the youth. Thank you to the volunteers and to the judges, to all of you who virtually listened to our students and you asked them questions, and you helped to select those students that will represent DuPage County on that national stage, which, by the way, everyone's waiting to see what DuPage County will do, because DuPage County always comes in and makes their mark at the national competition. So you've got folks waiting for you all to see what you all are going to be bringing to nationals this year. And to the community members who lean in and support the DuPage County AXO program, and to your sponsors and your supporters. On behalf of this local unit, thank you so much for your support. As you see, your resources are well used, as well as they are ultimately impacting today and tomorrow by it reaching the youth of DuPage County. Parents, special shout out to you. You have allowed your students you've allowed AXO in your home like never before. You've allowed your students to take over bandwidth space, any kind of resources, the classroom table. The classroom desk might have become the dining room table, or a sofa, a lap desk, whatever you all did to make it through this school year, whatever you did to make it through AXO. Thank you, parents, for allowing this time and this space for your students to be able to participate with AXO. And to you, the students, the contestants of DuPage County, congratulations, you all made it to the very end. You should be proud of yourselves. You all are history makers, along with the rest of the AXO contestants across the country who've decided to make a pivot with us in the face of this global pandemic that we are all still living through. Remember, we're still living through this, everyone. So please make sure you maintain your distance and stay safe and stay well. AXO, since I stepped in to this role, was formerly 26 competitions, and we've grown to 33 competitions. As you heard, we've tried to innovate new ways to create an immersive experience for you, the students, as it relates to participating in AXO. And so for all of you matriculating to the 10th through the 12th grade for the 2020-2021 school year, I want to mention a couple of opportunities that are available for you that you should be looking to uplift yourself in as we look to expand this program. And to all of our junior AXO participants, what about the junior AXO participants? A very special thank you to all of you for your commitment to this program and for making it to the end. You all didn't have to do it, but you did. And a very special shout out to our upcoming AXO competitors that are graduating the 8th grade, going into the 9th grade. You all are going to be the newest class of DuPage County AXO students that are going to add to the roster of excellence of DuPage County. And thank you all again for pivoting with AXO in this global pandemic. This is something that we've never seen before. We've never lived through this before, but we are surviving so that we can thrive through this. And on top of it, we have another pandemic that's been going on even before COVID-19, where we know that many of our brothers and sisters are on the front lines right now as we sit here celebrating you, and they are representing our voices so that we can let the world know that our lives do matter. Don't forsake this moment. As we said before, this is a very historical moment. And guess what? You were created for this moment. You not only were you created for this moment, but you created and you pursued something that you started with AXO last fall. And then you were in a position, even though it's non-traditional, but you chose to thrive because you made it to the end. The world is looking at us, and ultimately the world is looking at you, the AXO contestants, because everything that we're doing is for not just for this moment, but it's for tomorrow. It's for the generations that'll come. It's for the generations that will come after us. Even you, our students, we are looking past you for those generations. And so we want you to know that you are the future, and we are on the front lines to ensure that you will continue to have opportunities to grow and to soar in your various fields of study. We want you to know that you can surpass anything your mind can conceive. And remember, with AXO, you were able to start that, and we've put you in a pipeline of success so that by the time you matriculate and graduate college, you are in the workforce thriving, however you desire to thrive. We know that there are 33 different ways to thrive with AXO because we have 33 different disciplines. And so with that, remember that your work can be used today. You have an answer to a problem that's out there. So don't forsake this pivotal moment. You are needed, you are necessary, and you are now. We were supposed to be in Boston, as you know, for our national competition. However, we are going to make sure that we are going to be staying safe and properly distanced. So we are going to be presenting the 42nd NAACP AXO Awards and competition virtually July 22nd through the 25th. That's just around the corner in a little over a month. So all of you that are earning a gold medal today, we expect you to boot camp your way to readiness so that you can get ready for the national competition. Because I told you they're looking at DuPage County. The world is looking at DuPage County. It's a secret, but you knew that already. Remember, July 22nd through the 25th, we'll be there. Thank you so much again for this opportunity. I'm excited to see what the rest of the ceremony entails. So I'm going to get out of the way. Remember to stay safe, stay well, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Thomas Reed. I'm co-chair for the DuPage County chapter of AXO. I got involved with AXO back in 2009, and I quickly realized there's a lot of pieces that go together to execute such an awesome program. Sponsorship is one of those pieces. So at this time, we want to recognize and acknowledge our sponsors. Friends of AXO. I want to recognize Indian Prairie School District 204, Alpha Missionary Baptist Church, State Farm, ComEd, The Links Incorporated, and Bird Dog. I'm sorry. My picture's covering up the last part of the name there. I'm going to my list here. Okay, Bird Dog Marketing Group. Apologize for that. And then we have several families that help us out, and that's James and Deborah Fellows, Mrs. Joy Bolin, Dr. Benny and Mrs. Kim White, Samuel Garrett Memorial Fund for AXO, and Kathleen Costello State Farm Insurance. Let's move on to our bronze sponsors and partners. Valley View Public Schools, Community District 365, Benedictine University, Comcast, and Jack and Jill of America Incorporated, the local chapter here. And our platinum sponsors are the College of DuPage, Glenbard Township High School District, along with Glenbard South High School. And we'll hear a little bit more about another platinum sponsor, Argonne National Laboratories. So again, we thank all of our sponsors for helping us make this such a great program. Now, Ms. Chioma George will come in and share an incredible video with you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Our children are fortunate to be living at a time where not only do they get to witness, but they get to participate in the life-changing events happening today. These are interesting times. They are trying times and challenging times, but it's obvious that it's time for a change. In other words, it's time for a switch. That's right. It's time to flip the switch. And so, ladies and gentlemen, the DuPage County AXO students bring to you, We Are.
Thousands of Black lives have been lost to structural racism.
With recent events,
emotions have erupted like volcanoes.
We stand here and ask,
why?
Do they fear our intelligence?
Do they fear our ability to succeed despite all odds?
Do they fear the authority we naturally exude when we walk into a room?
For too long, we have been trapped in the mental cages
of systematic injustice and oppressive stereotypes.
We are so much more than their presumptions.
It is time to flip the switch.
It is time to flip the switch.
It is time to flip the switch.
We are. Look, I just flipped the switch. Flip.
Thousands of Black lives have been lost to structural racism.
With recent events,
emotions have erupted like volcanoes.
We stand here and ask,
why?
Do they fear our intelligence?
Do they fear our ability to succeed despite all odds?
Do they fear the authority we naturally exude when we walk into a room?
For too long, we have been trapped in the mental cages
of systematic injustice and oppressive stereotypes.
We are so much more than their presumptions.
It is time to flip the switch.
It is time to flip the switch.
It is time to flip the switch.
We are. Look, I just flipped the switch. Flip. I don't know nobody else that's doing this. The switch.
We are
scientists. I don't know nobody else that's doing.
We are.
Look, I just flipped the switch. Flip. I don't know nobody else. Just flip the switch. Flip. I don't know nobody else that's doing this.
We are.
Look, I just flipped the switch. Flip.
Judges.
I just flipped the switch. Flip. I don't know nobody. I just flipped the switch. Flip. I don't know no. Look, I just flipped the switch. Flip. I don't know nobody.
We are.
Look, I just flipped the switch. Flip.
YouTuber.
I don't. Look, I just flipped the switch. Flip. I don't know nobody else that's doing the switch. Flip. I don't know nobody else. Look. I just flipped the switch. Flip. I don't know nobody. Look, I just flipped the switch. Flip. I don't know nobody else that's doing this.
Today, we say no more.
Today, we say no more.
Today we say no more.
Today we say no more.
Today we say no more.
Today, we say no more.
Black is beautiful.
Black is beautiful.
Black is beautiful.
Black is beautiful.
Black is beautiful. Black is excellence.
Black is excellence.
Black is excellence.
Black is excellent.
Black is excellence.
And we act so.
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 And we act so. Yay!
Congratulations, students, and Chioma. That was a wonderful presentation. Thank you so much for touching us and enriching each one of us. This is one of my favorite parts of the program, and this is a real opportunity to celebrate consistency and staying the course. The Junior AXO program provides enrichment opportunities for middle school students in grades 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. This year, we have 2 students that have participated in 3 years of the Junior AXO program. The first student is Maxwell Najau. He's a recent graduate of Scullin Middle School. Maxwell has been a consistent student throughout his time in the program, and he's grown to be a really effective public speaker during his participation. So congratulations, Maxwell. The second student we'd like to spotlight is Dawood Saleko. Dawood is a 7th grader. Yes, I said a 7th grader at the Islamic Foundation School. Dawood holds the distinction of being the first and only Junior AXO participant that began the program in the 5th grade. Please join me in recognizing Maxwell and Dawood on this significant achievement. Congratulations. Next, I'd like to introduce Dorletta Payton, who will lead us in a moment of remembrance for members of our AXO family.
Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to finally get to this day. A lot of work has gone into it by the students just to be able to compete and the team that helped put this program together. Before we do the moments of remembrance, we did want to recognize our seniors who will be leaving us after this year. Our first senior is Malik McGee. Malik graduated from West Aurora High School, and his plans are to study computer science. Malik is a 3-year student of the AXO program. Isabella Nikema. Isabella graduated from a high school where I work, Romeoville High School, and her plans are to major in engineering at the University of Kentucky. She has been named a Bluegrass Spirit Scholar and a William T. Parker Diversity Scholar there at the University of Kentucky. This is Isabella's 2nd year competing in the AXO program. Evan Smith graduated from Neuqua Valley High School, and he will be heading down south to attend Alabama A&M University, majoring in computer science. This is Evan's 2nd year competing in AXO. Let's congratulate all of our seniors. Oh, I have one more. Sorry, one more. Zainab, how could I forget Zainab? Zainab Salako, graduate of the Islamic Foundation School. Zainab is heading to Georgia to attend Emory University, and she's going to be majoring in psychology, pre-med. Zainab is also a national AXO medalist, so I absolutely could not forget Zainab. This is Zainab's 3rd year. So let's congratulate all of our seniors, wish them the best, and we hope to continue to hear great things from them. Now, we want to take a few minutes to recognize some of the people affiliated with our program that have passed on over this 2019 to 2020 year. We have 4 people that we will recognize, and Mrs. Carolyn Gibson is a lady that many of the students might remember from one of our MLK days. And she and her husband, who you see there in that top photo, came, and her husband, Dr. Ernest Gibson, actually spoke as the keynote at Martin Luther King Jr. Day. But Mrs. Carolyn Gibson is one of the founders of DuPage County AXO. She was a 6-year president of the NAACP during the period that DuPage County AXO was founded, which was 1 year after its original founding in Chicago by Mr. Vernon Jarrett. But I want to take a few minutes to talk about Mrs. Carolyn Gibson, because not only was she a founder of DuPage County AXO, Not only was she a president of the DuPage County NAACP branch, but she was absolutely a trailblazer in the civil rights movement. She was born in Alabama, and after she graduated high school, she went to Arkansas A&M College, which is now Arkansas Pine Bluff. I've been there. And she was a charter member of their Delta Sigma Theta sorority there. When she graduated, she stayed there to work. She was the director of counselor and testing, and she was one of the people in the community who actually provided support for the families of the Little Rock Nine. You should have heard of the Little Rock Nine from the civil rights movement. After that, she married Mr. Gibson, Dr. Ernest Gibson, and they moved to Birmingham, Alabama. While they were in Birmingham, Alabama, they were the owners of a hotel. And the name of the hotel was the A.G. Gaston Motel and Restaurant. And that hotel was actually found in the Green Book, for those of you who have seen that movie, as places where African American people could reside while traveling in the South. And so they provided a first class experience for people that were visiting Birmingham, including none other than Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. In fact, their hotel became his headquarters while he was staying in the area. And you all know a lot happened in Birmingham with Dr. Martin Luther King. They got to know Dr. King well, and because there were people who wanted Dr. King stopped, one of the tragic things that happened is the hotel was bombed. And fortunately, Dr. King had already left and no one was hurt, but that was a big loss for Mr. and Mrs. Gibson. I'm going to fast forward. They came up north, and Mrs. Gibson was a teacher. And in her time here, she was also a trailblazer in many of the organizations that are supporters of the DuPage County AXO program. She was a charter member of the Westtown Links and a platinum member there. She was a part of the Girl Scouts. She was a founder of DuPage AME Church. And she was tapped, she and her husband were tapped for things like working on the mayoral campaign for Harold Washington, and also being part of the state committee to make King's birthday a federal observance. You all won't believe that I just really skimmed over Mrs. Gibson's accomplishments. She passed away on April 12th, 2019, and she will be sorely missed. Mr. Sim Garrett. Many people should recognize Mr. Sim Garrett if they came to our awards banquets before, when we had them at Ashton Place. He came to the program as a parent. His daughter, who you see there in the photo, Christina, was an AXO participant, and Mr. Garrett became involved with the AXO program as a volunteer at that time. He did a lot of different things. He would help with photography. He would help with anything that we needed concerning, especially the male students that we had in the program, because he was one of the very first male volunteers that my mother, Sadie Flukas, who was the chairperson at that time, had when she revived the AXO program. He was committed to the success of African American youth. And after Christina graduated, he continued as a community volunteer and served as a chaperone for the national competition, but also he was our disc jockey for our awards banquet. He was a well-known disc jockey in the Chicagoland area, and he served as our disc jockey until he retired the second time. He finally really did give it up. I remember him with just so much fondness because even after he retired, He still stayed in touch with the program, wanted to know what was going on. His wife, Karen, who you see in that bottom photo with Mr. Garrett and Christina, called me when he passed away earlier this year. She let me know how important AXO was to Mr. Garrett. And she said that she and Christina had decided that in lieu of flowers for his services, they were going to have people donate to DuPage County AXO. And that really touched my heart to let me know how much AXO meant to Mr. Garrett. Thank you. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Christina, for sharing Sim with us. Mr. Sim Garrett passed away January 7th, 2020. Kaya Thomas. Kaya was another parent. She was the mother of Amira Yusufu, who was a 4-year AXO student, a prolific artist, and a volunteer. She was very involved in our program. And she, when Amira was in the program, not only volunteered, but she brought information that other students could use, especially in the arts. Amira was selected as a winner at the Museum of Science and Industry at their annual art exhibit that they had. It was a juried exhibit, and she passed on information like that that our students could use. And every year that Amira went to nationals, which was, I think, 3 years, she and her family, who you see in that photo, there's one sister missing, they all came. So AXO was a family affair for them. After Amira graduated and headed to Ohio for college, she stayed involved and, in fact, was one of our chaperones for our nationals trip to San Antonio. Kaya was such a light. She was a delight to be around, and we miss her deeply. She passed away October 11th, 2019. For the first time, we have lost one of our students, Mr. Britton Shores. His life was claimed by COVID-19 on April 26th, 2020. Britton graduated in 2010, and he came to AXO through his parents, Jeanette, who today is actually her birthday. She passed away 2 or 3 years ago. And George Shores, who has been a longtime volunteer, but one of the original AXO students with Mr. Vernon Garrett. I think he was a 3-time National Computer Science medalist, gold medalist. So Britton competed as a student. He was a very kind person. When you read the comments and other people, I wasn't the only person who felt that way. People always talked about how kind-hearted he was, how friendly he was, how he made people just feel so good. So we will miss Britton, and we thank him for the service that he gave. He was a techie person too, and he loved anime as well. Very involved in that. But through his father, George and Jeanette, their family has just been a stalwart part of our program. So on the next slide, you see all 4 of them, and we're just going to observe a moment of silence for these 4 people: Kaya Thomas, Britton Shores, Sim Garrett, Carolyn Gibson, for all that they have given, not only to us, but to others, and the legacy that they leave in this world. Thank you.
Thank you, Dorletta, for sharing those inspirational words with us. It's always tragic when we lose those that are dear to us, but it's also a reminder to cherish the time that we have together with one another. So thank you for that moving tribute. Well, as Mr. Brown stated earlier, volunteers are central to the operations of the Junior AXO program. In recognition of this fact, the John Pritchard Award was created in tribute to the founders of the Junior AXO program, Mr. John Pritchard. John retired from the Junior AXO program 2 years ago, but he was a strong proponent of the pillars of the Junior AXO program, which included fostering problem solving, leadership, and team working skills with our students. This year, we're fortunate to have 3 recipients that have worked tirelessly with the Junior AXO program over multiple years and have been exemplary in modeling these skills for our youth. This year, they were brought together as an instructional team and continued their track record of success, mentoring and developing students. Please join me in recognizing the 2020 Junior AXO instructors, Beverly Coleman, Georgina Fofana, and Brian Saunders, who are recipients of the John Pritchard Award. Thank you to all 3 of you for your leadership and for your commitment to the Junior AXO program. It is because of the strength and commitment of our volunteers that our program is possible and has enjoyed the success that it has over the last few years. Thank you so much for all of your contributions. Next, I'd like to introduce Sadie Flukas, who is actually Chair Emeritus of the DuPage County AXO program. We'd love for her to come and present some remarks as well as to present the Olivia Garth Award.
Hello. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, there I am. Hello, everybody. I am so honored to be with you today and to celebrate this wonderful occasion. And I'm especially happy that I was asked to introduce the winner of this year's Olivia Garth Award. I was honored to be able to give Olivia her award as Volunteer of the Year. Olivia was also, as I was listening to Doletta talk about Mrs. Gibson, Olivia also was a past president of the DuPage County NAACP. And during the time when Olivia and Mrs. Gibson and Ernie and all of those folks were there, the DuPage County NAACP branch was really busy doing the work of bringing social justice and civil rights to the community. So she was one who, number one, because of her experience on her job, she was out in the community, and then because of her work with the NAACP, she knew everybody in the community. Olivia used to tell me, Sadie, I was a coal miner's daughter. And she was a nurse, and then she began to work for the Department of Veteran Affairs, where she was there for over 40 years. But she used all of that experience to help us. She actually, I would say she almost rescued our program because she was the one who really went and made sure that we had plenty students to enroll in the program. We had a few students until Olivia came along, and then Olivia was everywhere. So the fact that when the program decided to honor her by naming this Volunteer of the Year award, I was extremely pleased. And today I'm very pleased to announce to you the winner of this year's program. First of all, just as Olivia was with us for a long time, this person that is the winner this year is also a longtime volunteer. In fact, she started out as an AXO mom back in 2001. This individual is a person of integrity. She takes her responsibilities very seriously. She's a team player. And she's one of these people who is so committed until often I'll text my daughter at the middle of the night or early in the morning, and she and this person have just gotten off the phone. She's committed, she's reliable. But above all, she is a person who has the attention to detail that when things have to be reviewed, when it comes to administrative duties, this individual is one that really makes sure that the executive committee looks good. I am so happy to announce the winner of this year's Olivia Garth Volunteer of the Year Award. This is Yvonne Taylor. She is this year's awardee. Congratulations, Yvonne.
Wonderful. I could not think of 4 more deserving recipients of these volunteer awards. So thank you so much for all of your contributions and hard work. They don't go unrecognized, and we greatly appreciate them. Thank you once again. At this time, I'd like to introduce Mr. Mario Lambert. He's our fundraising coordinator, and he would like to share with you a little bit about how you can help AXO. Mario?
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. It is truly a good time to be a part of this community right now. Thank you so much to the AXO team that slowed us down to remember some of those volunteers, contributors, trailblazers that we remembered, and also seeing some familiar faces during the recognition. It really is a great reminder of who we've been and who are we still working to become. And shout out to the students for flipping switches. I gotta tell you, you got me fired up. That was really exciting to see that. And we're flipping switches on opportunity and progress and all the wonderful things ahead. And Mr. Brown, thank you for joining us and sharing your words. It all culminates together in the fact that we know what trying times we're in. We've already been reminded through this program of the impact of COVID in many ways as we sit here on this video screen together. And we're also in the midst of watching America face realities that we've been feeling for a very long time. And through all of this, there's questions that are coming about through the greater community, questions that we oftentimes have been asking ourselves in the Black community anyway. And that is, where do we go from here? What are we to do now? And we can't get more clear on what's to be done. And as we are all together here in DuPage County, it can't be too much more clear on the value of this program and what your resources could bring, what your time could bring, and what your financial contributions could bring for us as well. So I want to appeal to your hearts to consider this program as it continues to blaze trails and create opportunity for elevation and expansion for all the wonderful kids that are touched and invited to be a part of this program. There's some wonderful things that we have yet to do this year that we truly need your involvement and help with. As we get set up for the upcoming school year as well. So there's two, as far as the call to action, there's 2 things I want to bring to your attention. Number 1, we need volunteers. So regardless of what you do in your profession or what your hobbies are with music or art, there's ways to contribute. There's a youth that could take some mentorship. There is a program that could use your support. There's food to be delivered. There's many different ways that we could use your help with donating your time. And then financially, we would warmly welcome any contributions. If you want to announce yourself through the YouTube link by putting in some $ next to your name and your email address, would be more than happy to connect with you that way. You can reach us on the website by Googling DuPage AXO. You can find us there. And you can reach out to the staff or the members that you know so well as a part of the committee. So thank you all so much for participating in this with us, and for all of you leading the program. I really appreciate it.
Okay, everyone. Now is the time you've been waiting for. But before I announce the winners of Junior AXO, I would like to thank all the students and teams that competed. Junior AXO had 19 students and 4 teams. So we just want to thank them. I also want to thank our speakers and our student enrichment instructors. I just want to say thank you all for volunteering your time, providing students with the foundations that are needed in order to become our leaders of tomorrow. So I just want to say thank you so much. And now I will be announcing parents, students, families, and friends, the moment you have been waiting for. This year's second place 2020 Junior AXO Team Competition winner is the Foreshadowers. On this team, we had Samaya Clash, Morgan Guthrie, Tyler Small, Noah Snow, Sydney Williams, and Ganu Youssef. And the student enrichment instructors are Georgina Fofana, Brian Saunders, and Beverly Coleman. Congrats. And now, drum roll for our first place 2020 Junior AXO competition winner is Just Did It. And the team members included Amala Aguncha, Chandler Brady, Layla Sky Richmond, and Dawu Saleko. The student enrichment instructors for this team are Danielle Gilmore and Adele Robertson. So I just wanted to say thank you all. And next, Dorletta will introduce the AXO Award winners.
Hello, everyone. Congratulations to those Junior AXO medalists. Junior AXO has a special place in my heart. When we wanted to get it started, my husband had just told me don't start anything new for AXO. And I knew, I was like, we have to do this. And God sent us John Pritchard. And what he built continues to thrive. Thanks to the volunteers and the hard work of the students. I just wanted to say one thing about one of the students who won a gold medal, Miss Aguncha. She is the 5th of the children in her family that have competed in AXO. Yes, I said 5th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Her parents are very committed, as you can tell, to the AXO program. All of her other siblings have gone on, and I think they've all completed college, if not almost completed college. And her mom has continued to volunteer for our Gifts to Geniuses program tirelessly. So I just had to mention that because when I see her, I just smile when I think of her older siblings. One thing before I begin to announce the medals that I forgot is we did lose another person that I forgot to have posted, and that was Mr. Amos Ellis, and I will post on our website. But Mr. Amos Ellis was well known in the Chicago theater community. He was from Rockford, Illinois, and he was a longtime volunteer and judge for us. Tireless in his work and support of the students, always cheering for them. I actually spoke to him in February when we were getting ready for judges for our local competition. And he told me he was going to send me some referrals because we needed some judges in one of the areas that he knew people in. Not knowing that that was going to be the last time that I spoke to Amos. Amos also served as a judge at the National AXO competition in Baltimore. That was always something he wanted to do. And I was telling the ESC that I'm just so thankful that he was able to do that before he passed on. So Amos Ellis, we also remember him with extremely grateful and warm thoughts. Okay, I think we're ready now to announce the awards. Okay, so we're going to start with humanities. And the first category is music composition. There is one medal, a gold medal in music composition. It goes to a ninth grader, Providence St. Mel High School, Robert Morgan III. Congratulations, our first gold medalist of the day. For original essay, there were no medalists. So we will go to poetry written. There is an honorable mention for a 10th grader from Aurora Christian Schools, Maria Lambert. Congratulations, Maria. Bronze medal, 9th grader, Fenwick High School, Raina Ford. Congratulations, Raina. Raina was a 3-year junior AXO student too. Okay, silver medal in poetry written, 10th grader, Bolingbrook High School. That's where I live, Bolingbrook. Kyler Ratliff. Congratulations. Silver medal. And the gold goes to an 11th grader from Downers Grove South High School, Ilani Woods. Congratulations, Ilani. Gold in poetry written. Business, entrepreneurship. We have one medal, a bronze medal that goes to 10th grade, Bolingbrook High School, Elena Morissette. Congratulations, Elena. Visual arts, drawing, bronze medal, 10th grader, Aurora Christian Schools, Maria Lambert. Second medal for Maria. Congratulations. Silver medal, 9th grader from Plainfield East High School, Jasmine Armstead. Congratulations, Jasmine. Silver medal in drawing. Photography, bronze medal, an 11th grader, Fenton Community High School, Dana Barton. Congratulations, Dana. Bronze medal in photography. And there is a gold in photography going to a 12th grader, a senior from Romeoville High School, Isabella Nakema. Isabella, congratulations. Gold in photography. Performing arts. In instrumental classical, there were no medalists. In instrumental contemporary, We have a bronze medal for a ninth grader. Ninth graders are cleaning up today. Neuqua Valley High School. Vincent Smith. Congratulations, Vincent. Bronze medal, music, instrumental contemporary. Vocal contemporary. We have an honorable mention to an 11th grader, Downers Grove South High School. Elani Woods. Congratulations, Elani. Honorable mention. Poetry performance. Bronze medal. 10th grader, Bolingbrook High School. Kyler Ratliff. Second medal for Kyler. Congratulations, bronze in poetry performance. So before we go to STEM, I did want to let everyone know, which I forgot to do at the beginning, of our process for how these medals are awarded. We have a panel of professional judges who this year, virtually for the first time, heard the students' presentation or performance, depending upon the category. And if it was a category where the student did a presentation, then there was a question and answer period with the judges. And all of this was done via Zoom. We go through a process of looking at our judges' education, their professional experience, etc., before they are assigned to the categories. So I just wanted to mention that for those folks that did not know how we got our judges and awarded the medals. So it is my honor now to introduce my awesome co-chairperson, Mr. Thomas Reed, who will announce the awards in STEM.
Thank you, Darletta. So STEM is special to me because I am a professional engineer and I really want to see everyone be an engineer, but I know that can't happen, but I can dream. And so I'm really excited that we have a partnership with Argonne National Laboratories. Argonne is, they provide mentors, laboratory space, financial support for our students who are competing in the sciences. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started and let's see what is what. So for architecture, we have one medal. It is a bronze going to a freshman from Plainfield East High School. It is Jasmine Armstead. Congratulations, Jasmine. I do have to admit, I miss the moms and dads yelling when these medals are announced. So if you guys like, you can tape it with your phones and send me a copy a little bit later so I can see everyone screaming. All right, let's move on to biology, microbiology. There's one medal. It is a gold, and it goes to a junior from Neuqua Valley High School, and that is Ethan Covington. Congratulations, Ethan. Woohoo! I'll do a little screamer for you guys. All right, let's move on to chemistry and biochemistry. We have three medals. The first is a bronze, and it goes to a junior from Bolingbrook High School, Deshae Lewis. Congratulations, Deshae. We have a silver medal, and that goes to a sophomore from Neuqua Valley High School, Rosalind Najal, or Nia as we like to call her. Congratulations, Nia. Awesome job. And gold goes to a junior from Bolingbrook High School, James Morissette. Great job, James. Computer science, we have two medalists. We'll do the first one. A silver goes to a sophomore from Bolingbrook High School, Kyler Ratliff. Congratulations, Kyler. And the gold goes to another sophomore from Bolingbrook High School. And that is Alina Morissette. Congratulations, Alina. Earth and Space Science. We have an honorable mention and a medal. Honorable mention goes to a freshman from St. Charles East High School, Chulo Anwuta. Congratulations, Chulo. And the medal is a gold. And it goes to a sophomore underclassmen are doing well from Neuqua Valley High School, Micah Thigpen. Congratulations, Micah. Let's move to engineering. There are 3 medalists. Bronze goes to freshman from St. Charles East High School, Ore Anwuta. How you doing? Great job. Silver goes to a senior from Romeoville High School, Isabella Nikeme. Great job, Isabella. Who's off to University of Kentucky. You're going to do well there. That leaves the gold, and the gold goes to another senior from Islamic Foundation School, Zainab Salako. Great job. Emory is getting a great student. Medicine and health, there are 2 medalists. First one, a bronze, going to a junior from Fenton Community High School, Dana Barton. Great job, great job. And a silver goes to a sophomore from Urban Prep Inglewood campus, Trey Young. Congratulations, Trey. And our final STEM category is physics. And we have 1 medal in physics. It is a gold. And that goes to a freshman from Providence St. Mel, Robert Morgan III. Congratulations, Robert. Everyone applaud and congratulate our students. I can see all the congratulations on the YouTube feed. So thanks everyone for participating and congratulating our students. All right, so let's that brings us to the end of our program. What a program. We appreciate all of you joining us today as we celebrated our AXO Olympians' academic expertise and performing talents. We also heard inspiring messages from them with the Flip the Switch and We Are video, and from our NAACP leadership, Michael Childress and Larry Brown. And we did it all online. Unbelievable. There was a lot of work that actually went into putting on this production. Thank you, Dr. Leslie Ford, for leading the efforts and for your incredible team that made it all happen. From everyone on the program, Dr. Shantae Williams, Kelly Webb and her daughter Vivian, Redeemer Amagashi, Chair Emeritus Sadie Flukas. It was really honored to have her with us, and Michael and Larry, as I mentioned, who I mentioned earlier. And from them to the architect of that wonderful video and the timely message from our students, Gioma George. She turned a student production plan for a banquet into an online production. That was awesome. Special thanks to our technical leadership, Angelica Payton and Kaylin Reed, who were working the gears behind the curtains. And thanks to Allison Amagashi, who helped us work out some of the bugs when we did our rehearsal yesterday. All these young people are AXO alumni, these last three that I mentioned, and we appreciate them giving back to the AXO family, to their AXO family. As mentioned a few times this afternoon, the DuPage County AXO chapter draws its strength from the volunteers, sponsors, members of the ESC, and the parents who bring us their children to gain a little advantage that will help them in this world. Let's keep these bonds strong so that this chapter can continue to positively impact our youth. To our Olympians, we cherish every moment with you. I hope you feel that you have learned and grown this year. I know not everyone was awarded a medal, but our real purpose is to grow future leaders. If you've been paying attention to the news, you know we need you to become great leaders. Please plan to join us for another adventure this fall as we start the program for the 2020-2021 year. That is, except for our seniors. We wish our seniors the best as they move on to the next stage of their lives. Hopefully, AXO provided you a few of the skills you'll need and to be successful. Remember us when you become the doctors, lawyers, engineers, and more that you dream to become. Come on back and visit us. We'll leave the porch light on for you. This concludes today's AXO Awards program. Thank you, thank you, thank you for attending. Good evening.
Thank you for joining us. For if all gold medalists could hold on the Zoom, please, and their parents. In case you've forgotten who you are, Robert Morgan III, Zainab Salako, Micah Thigpen, Elena Morissette, James Morissette, Ethan Covington, Isabella Nakima, Alani Woods, and Robert Morgan III started our program off with the gold and ended it with the gold. So Mr. Reed and myself will hold on until everyone drops, except for the gold medalist, please. No.